Right, short video, because I've just had trouble trying to find this on YouTube. I couldn't find a video for it, so I'm going to make one. 08 Sprinter, 2.1 engine, OM646 I think it is, if I remember right. Had a serious case of Black Death. So the injector seals, I think most of them have been leaking, and the carbon was so thick it was up over the injector pipes. Luckily it cleaned off quite easily, just gently chipping away with a hoover in there and breaking it away with a screwdriver carefully, not to damage anything. I've managed to get pretty much all of it out, so now I've got to get the injectors out. So couldn't get to taking the injector pipes off. It's a bit awkward getting into the nut on top of the injector itself because of the return pipe, but I couldn't find anywhere online on YouTube how to release these little plastic clips, and I was definitely going to smash one. But I did find a video that had a similar type, and this is very similar. So get the light in here a bit better. The clip itself on top of the injector, if that focuses, it's hard to see with all the, it's soaking in freon oil, duck oil at the minute, so it's a bit shiny, but let's see, turn the light on as well, that might help. There we go. So the clip has two sort of flat prongs poking out either side, and then it has a collar that slides up and down just like that. But when it's all covered in carbon Black Death like this one, it's really difficult to figure out how you lift that. It's a bit easier to see on number one, although it's only has one pipe in one side. It's the same clip. So if you look at the clip like that, for us it's the driver's side, so as you're looking at the engine, on the left hand side there is this tiny little locking tab just there, which so far the two that I've done, it's pretty much broken off. But as that sits on the injector, you can see the it's got four teeth that splay out so that it can slide over. Slides over the return like that, if I can keep the camera where we need it, and then push the top down. Okay, I don't think I put it on far enough, but the top pushes down and locks down. So let's see if we can show you on this one, if I can do it, get the camera in the right spot and at the same time work so that you can see. Let's have a go. So I need to be on this side closest to the injector. I've got 3 tools for this job at the minute. Well, I've got loads out, but anyway, I've got a real sharp little pick, so I'm going to try and dig in there and dig the bit of carbon out, and also push out the little tab. Just push it to one side. It's really awkward with the camera in the way, but let's have a go with this one. It's not quite as sharp, but it's a better angle. There's a bit of carbon. Come on. Turn it a bit so I can see what's going on. This one's really full of carbon. Doesn't really want to do anything. So let's see if it'll move. So it's really awkward to get under. I'll tell you what, I know what's wrong here. This clip is actually in a backwards position compared to the other two I've done. Oh, there we go. Compared to the other two I've done so far. So on the top, they have this little cutout at one side. See, like that. So it is kind of directional. This one, I've just noticed, cutout is towards the front of the engine. So that means the locking tab that I'm looking for, which I thought was around the other side, is now on the right side of the engine as we're looking at it. Let me get this camera somewhere where you can see. Let's try that. So that means the little locking tab is in this side. There we go. Still full of carbon, but try and get this one out. There we go. See, that one's done the same. It's pretty much broken, but it's still in there. I'm not too worried about that being broken, because just the force that these clips take to push down will hold it in place fine. Obviously, nice to have the lock in there to make sure it doesn't come up. But right, what I've been doing is starting at the cutout side, which is going to be a lot harder on here because we've got an injector pipe in the way. But I get the really sharp, small pick under that cutout side. Just try and lever it up. I've created a little bit of a gap there, and then I'll get something in the other side. Like this other pick. I might have to go for the flat screwdriver. Let's try the screwdriver. Under pressure doing this on camera for the first time, but oh, here we go. So flat screwdriver's kind of going in. Yeah, this is a lot harder to get to. You've got the injector pipe on this side. I'm trying to do this with the camera in the engine bay and then without blocking the view. It's really tricky. And you can see how how flexible that is. I think they're plastic. These return parts on the injector, they're very frail. The clips are frail, definitely. Let's see if we can get it moving. There we go. Look at that. So now we can get the screwdriver in and the pick, lever it up. Right, let's get a pair of pliers. There's not a great deal of room to get these in here now because we're at the back, but hold the clip down. Oh, no, it's gonna need, I think we might be all the way at the top. Let's try lift it a little bit further. I don't think it wants to, so we can see now 4 little legs that push down and lock over the O-ring onto the injector. So now that the clip's up, although I think it still needs to come up a little bit more, it's really stiff, it might come off, but now that it's up, it'll allow those legs to splay out so that they'll actually pop up. Let's hope. There we go, off like that, and then I'll be able to get all these cleaned up a lot better, a lot easier with it off. So hopefully it'll save you a lot of time, like, well, all the time I've just had trying to find a video. There's one for you. Good luck.